guys, welcome to another video discussing my Imperial Guard / Astra Militarum army. This is everything I currently have. It's all paint, it's all base now. Basically means that I can continue on to the next project. I think there's about 600-ish points in there, give or take. There's quite a few HQ units I'm running at the moment. I might discount some of them from the total 2000, just depending on how it goes, because part of the reason I've got so many HQ units is I just want to play around. I've been using my bits up and stuff. But yeah, like obviously the next stage now is tanks. That is going to be the focus pretty much from there on. I will add in some more infantry at some point. I'm just going to need it to get good CP to make the army playable, I think, unless I have a lot of tanks. But yeah, that's that for now. I'll go in and sort of discuss everyone individually. Keep watching. So these are the soldiers of the 25th Vaudeler so far that I've got painted. The Vaudeler are going to be the light infantry core of my army. So what I'm thinking is I'll add at least another two just normal troop squads. Allows me to build a battalion detachment from there. Obviously if I add more sentinels in, they'll be from the Vaudeler. I don't know if might add some veterans in, but I don't know if they'll be Vaudeler veterans. I might do a conscript squad, that'll be quite good fun. But the idea is that basically the Vaudeler they're the veterans left over from the original regiment, or at least the original regiment from the last time that it was raised, following basically the idea that the 25th Vaudeler have been a regiment for some 2 millennia, you know, obviously continuously just being re-recruited. But then as they add, you know, just like conscripts in, you know, so they are being more diluted. But they are the 1st battalion of the new mixed regiment. And so basically the idea is that I've got one battalion which is the light infantry, which is the Vaudeler. I've got a 2nd battalion which is the mechanised, so that's all tanks, artillery, which is at the core of the 9th Phalanx. I mean, I might add a few other stuff in there depending on what I build. And then my 3rd battalion is the heavy infantry, so that's the silence with it. If I want to play around with some more stuff, they'll probably go in there. I might add a 4th battalion into the law, where that's kind of like the support, the auxiliaries, so maybe that's where the psychers and such like come from. Currently, this is all I have from like that 5th Aranex element of my army. Mostly they will be the tanks, because these are the mechanised guys. And what I've got here is just a heavy weapon squad. I've got a company commander, and then I've got a master of ordnance. So I'm definitely going to put a basilisk in as well. I think that'd be good fun. Now these guys are quite different to the other parts of my army, because they're very heavily converted from non-GW models, so they're Bolt Action Africa Corps, because that was kind of the theme. These guys I just came up with this idea many years ago of having a regiment that had a very Africa Corps heavy theme, and sort of this summer I decided I was going to play with that, because I was going to build a full mixed army regiment, or mixed regiment army. So yeah, so from these guys, I mean, with the company commander I've just given a bolt gun. The other guys, you know, I've given them heavy weapons like spare line around. Then I've got the other guys at the back. So rather than being mounted on 60mm together, I've got the old rectangular cavalry bases, and I've got a couple. Then I've got all the other guys separately. So that's quite handy, because it just means that I can just remove them as squad markers. So yeah, so I think that's probably going to be the only like infantry units I have for the 9th Phalanx. I think everything else will be tanks. So that's kind of like the next stage, just get a Liam Russ, get a Basilisk, and then from there I'll probably add a couple more Liam Russes in, possibly another Basilisk. But obviously at the end of the day my cap is 2,000 points, so once it gets to that 2,000 points I will stop, and I'd quite like a Valkyrie as well in there. These are the Kelfair Dragoons, and that is the name of my Tempestus Scions. For them I've been thinking about using one of the rules that gives them, I believe it gives them rapid fire at 18 inches, which I think would be really handy, because that's the maximum range of they're not hell guns, hotshot las guns. So that would be really handy for that. Yeah, so as you see I've done a red and gold scheme for these. I really like that, it really stands out. I like how it's quite a royal colour, you know, very different to like the other two more earthy or sandy colours of the other two regiments. you know, these are the elite of the elite, and that is what I kind of want to put forward. These are the elite of the Imperial Guard, the Astra Militarum. So far I've got a normal squad, and then I've got a commander squad and a Tempest Prime. So the only thing is with the new Psychic Awakening book, you know, basically to get the benefits they have to be separate detachments. So at the moment I'd only be able to run them as a patrols attachment, so I wouldn't necessarily get any bonuses for any CP for them. But to be honest, I really like the Scions, so I'd be tempted to either do another 2 command squads, or maybe, but because you can still put support units, like auxiliary units, or like psychers and stuff, so I could maybe do that, add them into that, so I could maybe have a Vanguard detachment, get an extra you know, extra CP, or maybe just get another 2 squads. I've been thinking about getting that box set for the Scions anyway, so that'd be really handy. I'd be able to make a battalion attachment out. That's 3 CP there. If I add a couple more units into just normal guard squads, then I can have another battalion detachment there. So that gives me, you know, that'll give me 9 CP off the bat, and then obviously I can add my tanks into those. So these are 2 of my psychers, so there's like the support auxiliary sort of staff. At the moment I'm running them both as Primaris psychers, but the guy on the right, who he's converted again from the Africa guys, I think I've got a couple spare, so I might convert some more and then I'll run them as Word Vein. But the guy on the left is definitely going to stay as a Primaris psycher, so it's another HQ choice. He's quite interesting. He's actually a conversion I started on about a decade ago. Basically, it's an old tank, Imperial Guard tank commander, and I sort of built up using a bit of green stuff and some sprues to make a robe. And then a few months ago, I found that out, dug out of my bits box, and was like, I wonder what I could do with that, because I couldn't really remember what I'd originally planned for, and I was like, oh, I reckon it'd make a quite good Primaris psycher. So I added a bit more green stuff in, played around with it, tried to give a bit of a, I don't know if you can see that split there where I'm trying to make it look like, obviously that's part of the robe where it joins up together. Obviously I made the staff there. As you can see, that's quite a bit bigger than the other guys. Again, that would really work if I was using it as a Primaris as opposed to Word Vein. See, he's got a bare head, because I quite like the idea of them being quite young actually, like, you know, the psychers, they don't have long lives, you know. And then also giving him the broken arm, I thought that works quite well, you know. Psychers, they're all injuring themselves, things are always going wrong. It's not like the Space Marines, they're just normal humans at the end of the day. This is Militant Lady General Maya Haston. Now she deserves a special mention all by herself. She is the Supreme Commander of my my mixed regiment army. The law behind that is that the 25th Forward Layer, having performed, you know, to extreme, you know, awesome glory, all the Dying for the Emperor stuff, are really beaten up. So she is raised from Colonel to status of General, and then she's given a writ allowing her to recruit as and when needed. You know, essentially allowing her to take whoever she needs into the 25th Forward Layer. So that is where the other regiments come in. You know, the first to be recruited, the 95th Daranics, giving them some armoured capabilities. They recruit like the remnants of a Kelfid Dragoons army, giving them the Scions, you know, these elite heavy infantry units. And as I go on, I'm sure I will add other units in. Basically, this lore just gives me fun, something to play with. You know, I can have all these sort of cool random units in my army, so hopefully when this project is finally finished, when I get to my 2000 points, I'll have a very varied, colourful army that will just really stand out on the battlefield. So thanks for watching, guys. Stick around if you want to see like some close-ups of all the individual units. But yeah, hopefully next time there'll be tanks in these shots. So goodbye, guys, have fun.